Coming to you, the only morning show broadcasting on Christmas Eve here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith and friends, finding your power, embracing your moment in life. It starts today. Coming up, let's hang around for an hour. Grab your coffee. Mornings in the Lab. Welcome to Mornings in the Lab, where
when something negative comes up.
Building muscle, blood flow.
Nobody is expecting, John.
If the lady's saying that, you're just
It's a super
Be entertained by fun over here.
How if I slept? Has my sleep been good? Is that
There we go. Yes, sir. Good morning, nation. What's going on? It's Christmas Eve. Yes, it is Christmas Eve, and we're hanging out myself. You got Marty over there. Boop. You got Johnny over there. You got our friend producer Jimmy. Well, he's over there pressing buttons. And of course, Walter, we don't know what the hell Walter does. All joking aside, Walter's cruising the Mornings in the Lab communities. So if you see Walter, aka Tommy, I encourage you to say hello. Wish him a Merry Christmas. See if you put his Christmas tree up. Hey, listen, we're hanging out for an hour today. The only show to help you guys get going. Listen, we don't take days off. We got to get up anyways. People are like, hey, you doing the morning show for Christmas? I'm like, well, I got to wake up. And I might as well get up and help you guys be achievable to those goals that you might not want to get stuck with over the holiday season. Jimmy, let's bring in Johnny and Marty and whoever else might be here. First thing I see, Johnny's lighting up the stogie here. I just saw the flame lighting up. I was like, I got to bring the dude in here right now.
Come on, baby.
How are you, pal?
Good. How was that?
What's up, guys?
Good
My morning was a little different. I stepped on a piece of glass last night. Lodged that son of a bitch in my foot. We couldn't get it out. So as I'm walking around this morning, man, I'm like, I don't realize how my ability to get from point A to point B in a certain amount of time, because I'm kind of hip and on one foot till we get this thing out of here today. I was like, holy shit, man! I just to see how being gimpy, how much that slowed me down. It was pretty crazy. So I showed up here. I was still huffing and puffing from doing burpees.
Shit. Good morning, Adam. I see you there, brother. Good morning. So, Adam, Marty. Good morning, Marty. Adam's in the future, as we know. Adam's over there in New Zealand, so it's already Christmas and New Year in Adam's world there. So, good morning, there, brother. What's going on, Marty? How was the day in the Gold's Lab yesterday?
It was cool, man. It was chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I had a situation, man.
Do tell.
Let's hear it.
We want to hear the situation.
I'm gonna be fully transparent here, okay, guys?
We'd expect nothing less.
All right, bear with me. So the gym I manage it's predominantly white gym. Ain't too many dudes in there with braids and tattoos and black.
Yes. Okay.
Ain't too many of us.
Okay.
So when people see me, they don't know I'm the manager. Because I'm a kind of young. I'm a cool dude.
Yeah.
So I went up to the guy like, yo,
a little bit handsome, just a smidgen.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
So I walk up to the guy, say, "Hey, sir, you mind putting your waist back?" He didn't know I was the manager. He said, "Why don't you put him back?" I said, "Yeah. That's what we're not going to do." So, we had a good conversation. I'm not going to repeat on the podcast, but he ended up putting the waist back.
That's you got to give us a little more dirt than that. What happened? Did you guys have to exchange words? I mean,
yeah, we exchanged some words. Yeah.
Johnny, Marty got communication lessons yesterday. He's like, I need to lead into the morning show into some of the things I've learned hanging out with Marty, with John.
Yeah. I had to go Jon Andersen on him.
Yeah, I had to.
You can do. Are you talking about responding rather than reacting?
Yeah.
Exactly. I didn't react.
Very nice, my brother. Very nice.
I had to get serious though. But he
when they go here,
take me there. Yeah.
When they go here, we go here.
Yeah.
And that's how we control the situation.
Very
the
professional.
higher they go, the low. We react with the opposite. He gets blah, and you're like, well, let me ask you a quick question, sir. And next thing you know, And he can't keep doing what he's doing. He just looks like more of a jerk off.
Good morning, Supreme. I see you there in the comments. I invite you to subscribe to the channel, like the channel, tell your friends. The only morning show on Christmas to help you get your ass get going. Hey, Marty, listen, I'm going to ask a tough question here. Just because that's just what we do, and we're brothers and we love each other. Was color part of the situation yesterday? Like, in your point of view, was the dude just purely disrespectful to you? Was it an age thing, color thing, just like ego thing, or all of the above, Marty?
Yeah, it's a couple things. I think it was an age thing.
Yeah.
I hate to bring this car, but definitely a color thing. And
of course. Yeah.
He was like a power lifter, so the guy was bigger than me. He automatically thought that, he had an edge on me. But once I opened my mouth, he saw that wasn't the case.
Well, it's interesting because in strength sports, right? Usually, well, I shouldn't say usually, I'll use that word. Mm-hmm. Barriers are broken down very quickly because it's very niche. And if he's a competitive power lifter, because when someone does what you do, it doesn't make a difference who or what they are. Yeah. So I'm very curious. I was curious if he was actually like competitive or if he's just one of those guys that man. Yeah. See, if you're just one of them guys that wears the title, you don't understand. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, if you are or wearing the title, he was probably just wearing the title.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I don't think he was really competitive. He just acts like it. A lot of guys do that.
What I enjoy about these situations, Marty, is they're such great cliche, have a great learning experiences, right? Like you're like, okay, I'm learning something. I'm going through a learning moment right now. I got to learn how to communicate with this guy. I got to learn how to defuse the situation, and got to learn how to gain a little respect from this douchebag.
Yeah, he won't do it again, and that's been a complaint. And, what got me is, I have a lot of women that work on my staff. Okay. So the women ask him to do it, and he kind of just brushes them off. So that's why, I made it a point to go speak to him. So
yeah. All right, good on you. That's good.
Yes, sir.
So Johnny, let's go back to stepping on the glass, man. Because incredible how we have our extremities, our feet and our hands. I had a fucking little a little metal shard from my bar, must have just slid off the bar into my gap of my finger here, and I didn't even feel it. But then over time, all of a sudden, I noticed it was bumping up. I was getting a little bit of pus. So I'm like, holy fuck, it squeeze it out. But you just don't notice it at the time, right? But my point is, our extremities, our feet and our toes, we get these little fucking pieces of glass with these little shards, and you don't even notice them. And they cause such grief and such discomfort, and they just disrupt your entire life. Hey, Johnny, you step on the glass. You're a 284-pound man. You're 6 foot. You walk into a room. You command energy, and this piece of glass that's the size of like a micro shard just brings Johnny Andersen down.
Oh, dude, I shrieked. No question about it. It was because Terry accidentally knocked the glass off the counter. So there was and we cleaned it all up, but there's always that one fucking piece that.
Yes, there is always. Yes.
And we had been moving through the house for a little while, and then nobody was having issues. So I was just kind of not being careful. I stepped down. It was like somebody hit me with electric shock. I shrieked like a little bitch.
You know what? That's one of those things where you don't realize how many muscles you use in your foot on a regular. You just don't think about. Yeah, you heard it, and it's like, oh my god, I didn't know that. I didn't know all of that. So yeah, that sucks. I saw that in sports a lot.
Well, that's exactly, Marty. Or you hear like Olympic athletes or professional athletes like, oh, why is that pro lineman not playing today? Oh, he busted his pinky toe. You're like, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. You recognize that these toes are just providing such stability in our feet. So, Johnny, let's go back to the glass. How did you get it out? Like, is it still there? Did you pull it out? Did you what happened?
I mean, it was a piece big enough. Terry actually kind of just took her hand and brushed the bottom of my foot, and a piece fell out. But there's still a piece in there. She was digging on it with a pair of tweezers, but it was shortly before my bedtime, and I'm like, we're not going to get me all wound up, trying to get this out of here. I'm going to fall asleep, so we're going to have to deal with this in the morning. not really thinking about I was going to wake up and it was going to be a lot more. So I mean, I knew it would be a little bit more sore, but I didn't know that I was going to be like peg legging it, And so just the littlest goofy things like getting up off the toilet. Like,
Yes.
oh my Christ.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. Yeah.
Pistol squats.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
But what a perfect day for it to happen, because literally today is just a day of family hanging out. So
it is.
you know, we're literally, it's going to be like the girls want it to be more of a pajama day, you know?
Yes. Yes. So Marty, got to go over with me, brother. So I want to close my eyes and imagine Father John wandering around the house in his pajamas, sitting on the couch, shrieking because he steps on the glass with the cup of coffee. Marty, can you just imagine Father John just wandering around?
I can see it, man.
I love that. Yeah, I just love Papa John. So Johnny, what are you to the grandchild? Are you Papa, Grandpa? What are you?
I'm Grandpa.
Gigi? You're Grandpa. Yeah, my dad's Gigi, so you're Grandpa. Yeah. How was the day?
How was good. Yesterday
fun.
was great. Yeah, absolutely. We had I mean, anytime we get, you know, the girls together, it's a lot of fun. And we had an amazing we had a really, really good meal.
Yeah.
Which was nice. You know, Terry just I always say I got so lucky with her in a lot of different ways, but with cooking for sure. Before we got together, I had some people that cooking for me, and I thought they were good cooks. And she started cooking for me, and I was like, "Oh yeah, Jesus Christ, these fucking people suck. Yeah. I don't want these people cooking for me anymore, man. I've been shown that I didn't know how bad it was, so I finally got a good one, you know. And so that's just one of the things I got lucky with. But she can cook, man.
Yeah, so you crushed a good.
That's clutch, man.
That is clutch, Marty. So listen, Marty, as we go through our journey together, and of course you got your two bros next to you, your two uncles and another brother here. When you find some nice young lady, we're all gonna have to make sure she can cook for us, not just Marty.
I don't even deal with ladies who can't cook.
Yes.
We don't even do that. You know, I know I'm younger than y'all, but I know a little something. Keith.
Mom taught you well, eh?
Yeah. Oh, my mom don't play that. Yeah.
Listen to this. What she's gonna make today. So she's gonna take this thin steak. She rolls out in like a 4 foot. It's like a strip, like 4 feet, right? Then she puts prosciutto and some sort of cheese in there.
Oh, Johnny.
I don't know what else. Some sort of like some sort of a green. I'm not sure what it is, but it's like really flavorful. No, not that kind of green. You fucking weirdo. And then check this out. Then she rolls it up so it turns into a big roll like this, so you can see all the layers.
Yes.
Put string around it.
Yeah.
And then barbecues it top and bottom.
Oh yeah.
So it's like the middle is still off, dude.
That's
like,
what's up, man.
Oh fuck, oh yeah, like over the top. And her salads, right? Her salads. I mean, I call them crack salads, and most people have no clue what that means. What that means to me is it's like fucking crack.
Yeah,
you know, I tell them it's so fucking good, I can't stop. I'm like, you can't make it. Oh, there's so many fucking flavors. There's so many fucking textures.
That's how it's supposed to be. Yeah,
it's like some shit just. It's like every fucking bite, some different shit is erupting in your mouth. Like, what the fuck is all this? My friends that come over, they're like, the texture to this salad. They just keep talking about the texture. Because every bite you're getting something new, you know.
Hey, do you guys do pierogies in your life at all, like Johnny or Marty? You know pierogies, the Ukrainian pierogies? No.
I don't think I.
What is it?
I did that.
Pierogies. The pierogies aren't part of your world, like dough stuffed with potatoes and cheese, or potatoes and cottage cheese pinched together and then boiled or fried and then
brother. Do I eat fucking dough?
I know.
Come on. Jesus Christ. What is wrong with you?
I know the answer. I know the answer to that, but I just had to be curious about just the Ukrainian Christmas.
Well, no fucking wonder I didn't know the goddamn name. You're talking about shit I don't do.
Yeah, man. I don't know either.
So pierogi is a good Ukrainian delicacy. They're like dumplings, but they're dough wrapped in potato and cheese, and then you boil them and then you serve them up with just butter and onions. Like there's actually no protein, just purely just dough and potatoes, just 100% exactly like that. Just nothing but. So yeah, I have them once a year at my mom's for Christmas, and then I have them again 365 days later. That's it.
If something doesn't have protein, I'm not going to eat it.
Yes.
I mean, that's like a base rule in my world. It does not serve a purpose. It doesn't serve a purpose if there's no protein.
Oh man, I like that. Yeah, well, there's some truth to that. There's actually a lot of truth to that. I don't know why you wouldn't eat if there's no protein in it too, right? Speaking of protein, I still laugh. I find myself being humored when you hear all these trends in science saying, oh, you got to eat lots of protein because it's good for you. Well, no shit. Like, who turned the light on in 2024 going, hey, you should be eating more protein than anything else? Well, yeah. There's no rocket science in that.
Well, there was a phenomenon, a couple years back, maybe 10 or so years ago. I sound old like y'all. I was young as hell 10 years ago.
Yes.
But it was like vegan is the way to go. Don't eat meat at all, this and that. So maybe not 10 years, maybe a little less than that. Yeah. So I think maybe that's why they shining a light on it now. What you think, Johnny?
I think they're always just looking for the next. The general public,
100%,
is looking for the next button to push.
Yes.
So all you got to do is take one of these old. You got to go back 20 years, take some fucking plan, rename it, repackage it, and send it out again. Everybody's going to start doing fucking backflips until they realize they actually have to do it with some consistency and go, oh, fuck, I guess I can't do this one also.
Oh, here's a brand new one in 2025. This one didn't work 20 years. It's going to work now.
You know something's coming out next year.
Yeah. We're going to
It's like fucking bell-bottom jeans. Those motherfuckers roll back around about every 20 years.
True. Yeah. It's absolutely. Well, listen, I've said before, and I'll say it again. It's hard. And here's where Keith and Johnny's age can just be to our advantage. I tell you guys, it is just like the Reagan era coming around us again. You got Trump here, Reagan era policies. We're going to see the economy. We're going to see the economic machine, I think, over the next 36, 40 months just go, woo, just whir away. We're all going to make lots of cash because it's just that kind of the world here. I'm thinking is what's happening. So there you go. Yeah, a little bit of fun to hang out here this morning. Hey.
But we're at kind of at a different point in time, though, in terms of it's not, I don't think it has, I mean, granted, parties changing, of course, makes a big difference. But I think what I would do is I would urge people to trace time backwards. And you're going to start to see patterns that have happened over the last 500 years.
Oh, yeah.
There's a couple of fucking big ones that are about ready to go again in the next few that are way beyond what our fucking government has control of.
Yeah. So it's hard not to wake up and think that the United States of America might one day include Canada, Denmark, and Mexico. Yeah,
what I'm more talking about right with this right here is the actual currency, right? Our currency is called fiat. You know what I mean? It's not backed by gold.
Yeah.
Well, there's never been a fiat currency in history that's made it to 60 years, ever.
Yeah. Well, so I think there's a couple things happening right now, right? So I think you're seeing a few things happening. The BRICS nations. All the nations that are not Western nations that are looking to, peg their own dollar, instead of the American dollar. That's happening. And then, of course, with crypto and the Trump presidency embracing technology and crypto, I think you're definitely seeing changes happen with currencies in the world. And I think it's quite fascinating, actually, the way that the world
100%
is shifting.
It's impossible to know what's going to happen, but we have a good idea of what's never happened before.
Yeah,
and that's the way I like to look at it. I don't know the future, but I can tell you what's happened over the last. I can't tell you exactly, but I can tell you the things that have never happened in history that are probable won't happen again.
Yeah, when it's listen, and I agree with you, man. You have to look no further than the past to look to the future, because life is just a cycle. It really is. There's nothing new being reinvented. We're just cycling the past and bringing it forward to the future. So,
what's that saying that the past doesn't repeat itself? It doesn't repeat. It rhymes. It's real similar.
Yeah, something like that. I know what's happening. Johnny's going to go for a break. Marty's going to go for a break. I'm going to do the accountability check-in, and then we're going to come back. Heart attack rates spike on Christmas. We're going to talk about that. Plus, finding your power, embracing your moments in life. Sales is storytelling. I got 5 keys to mastering sales. Sales makes everything go around. So we're going to get into that. And if we have time here, we'll get into all the celebrities you've never realized actually had sex on screen. Really. True story. Yeah, there's that word. True story. All right, Jimmy, where's my accountability check-in? There it is. Boom, boom. As Johnny Kraske would say. Hey, listen, nation. Comfort? Yep. Comfort's the slowest form of death. And the worst part, you're the one allowing it. Yes, you're the one allowing that comfort. Every time you avoid the hard conversation, stick to the easy routine, or settle for good enough, you're burying your potential. You want growth, success, or impact? Wow, they don't live inside your comfort zone. No, growth is ugly. Oh, it's ugly. You see me first thing in the morning? Yeah, that's growing. It's growing right in front of you. It's waking up when others sleep. Why do you think we're here? It's failing because failure is better than standing still. Your comfort, nation, your comfort's a prison. And you're the warden. You're the warden of your own prison. So, no one's going to come to unlock your door. Nope. The key's in your hands. Or in the world of Apple, it's in your phone. So, how long are you going to stay trapped in your own prison, in your own comfort? When are you going to get up when others stay sleeping? Think about it. This morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Friends. All right, Jimmy, let's keep it going, brother. Merry Christmas, Jimmy. Merry Christmas, Marty. Merry Christmas, Johnny. All right, so listen, I don't know if Adam House is joining us here today, boys. I told Adam, I said things are kind of light. So we're keeping the show light and having some fun conversations. I said, so if you want to hang out, great. And same with AJ. So if there's boys hang out and join us, it's great. If not, we're going to keep it rolling here. Good morning, Scott Benzie. Good to see you there on the Facebook feeds. Thank you for joining us here this morning on Mornings Alarm. We're getting into finding your power, embracing your moments in life. I think I'll do that.
You got my interest perked about the movies that were made where people are actually getting it on versus making it look that way.
Yeah,
that's gonna be an interesting one.
Well, so there's
been a lot of husband and wife duos that have done movies, and you got to wonder, is it those, or is it the ones that weren't supposed to be doing it that had husbands and wives that were not on the set?
Well, so there's some recent events happening in the news right now, of course, with Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, and that This Was Us summer movie, and I guess he's been accused of sexual assault with her because during the intimacy scenes, he had her legs spread open and was barely covering her, was changing everything in the room, and I don't know. Ryan Reynolds is freaking.
Well, this is on a movie set, and somebody got in trouble.
Yeah, this is a recent one, but I did find an article here this morning because it also relates to the recent Nicole Kidman movie, which released here over the last couple of days, where she's allegedly not having real sex but having some fun sex. And of course, Johnny, Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise did Eyes Wide Shut years back, which was
that was risque as a motherfucker. Very,
very risque movie. Yes, yeah. So, but let's throw this in the tailwheel here. So, there's a few movies here where celebrities actually had sex on screen, boys, and some of them was
and we're not talking about Pornhub, correct?
No, we're talking about Pornhub. No. So the first one is Little Ashes with Robert Pattinson. You know Marty, Robert Pattinson, Batman. He jerked off in a movie called Little Ashes, a 2008 movie where he literally pulled it out, had an orgasm on screen, and the orgasm face was recorded for entire eternity. So he actually pleasured himself.
No shit.
Yeah, really on screen.
You want to have a real scene. That's the way to do it, I suppose. The question is, did he tell the 30 people in the room to get out and just leave the cameras running, or were they all just sitting there watching him fucking tugging away? Just pumping and sweating on himself,
just going to town. All right, so the next one is Aubrey Plaza in the to-do list. Aubrey Plaza is a female who, of course, did it. Not of course, I did not know this, but she did a masturbating scene in a movie, a 2013, The To-Do List, where she actually also masturbated on the scene, on the script, on the set. So we had Robert Pattinson, and then you had this young lady doing Aubrey Plaza masturbating. So it's clear that masturbating part of a movie, you can just do it and nobody really appears to care. The next one is William Dafoe. You know William Dafoe and Charlotte Gainsbourg in The Antichrist. They apparently did have real sex. Yeah, it was not unsimulated.
Well, I don't know who those people are.
Yeah, so
I probably know if I saw him. Yeah, I'm terrible with names like that. A lot of times I got to see these people.
Yeah, William Dafoe was in Platoon. He was also one of the bad guys in. He was the Green Lantern in Spider-Man. Marty.
Oh, okay, I got you. I know who that is.
Yeah. There's another one here. So, Johnny, some of these I don't even know myself. Some of these actresses.
You mean the Green Goblin, not the Green Lantern?
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it. Yeah.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Nymphomaniac was one with what's his name here? What's his name here? Why can't I see?
Is that the name of the movie?
Yeah, and he. Oh yeah, so body doubles were used because that was what the hell is his name? This is just good conversation here right now. I can't find his name anyway. So there was body doubles used in that one. Chloe Sevigny and Vincent Gallo. I don't know if you remember that one, boys, but she actually performed oral sex on him on that movie where that was true. Where he, fit presenter. William Dafoe was supposed to be Marty McFly, but got fired mid-production. Good morning, Cosmic Vision. Good to have you here. Yeah, Chloe Sevigny performed oral sex on Vincent Gallo in a movie, and that was a real unsimulated scene as well. That actually went down on the set there where she took him in her mouth, and performed oral sex. That's just crazy when you think people are just doing that on the screen, like just actually having sex on the screen.
You know, there was a movie, I can't remember what it was called, but it was Alec Baldwin and his wife, what's her name? Pretty blonde lady. Mm-hmm. Called The Getaway or something, and they had a I believe that's sexy.
Wasn't that Sliver?
I can't remember the name of it. They did a couple movies together. They were bank robbers.
Yes, I know the one you're talking about.
Kind of like a Bonnie and Clyde scenario. You know, they'd show up to these hotels, all fucking, crazy after robbing something and fucking start hitting it. And I was like, God damn it, man, I'm believing this shit.
Yes. Hey, listen, so let's go from sex in the movies to did you guys know this? Heart attacks. Well, actually, I know that Johnny knows this because Johnny knows all these innocuous stats here, Marty. He knows all the innocuous stats that we all need to know. 86% of people have heart attacks at Christmas.
Dude, that is hold on. If you follow any level of high performer, you're going to hear this stat, and it's such a common stat. Like Dan Pena. You heard of Dan Pena?
I have. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, Dan Pena, Ed Milet, all these people. I mean, they're talking about. I think Marty, you mentioned Ed Milet not too long ago.
I did.
All of. Because these people are helping people, these high performer types. I mean, this is the language I speak. I love this way of thinking. It's helping people get out of that fucking groove that they don't even know they're in.
Yeah. Yes.
Which is really what we're about too, Yes, and it's exactly. But that stat is so, I mean, it's going up. I think it's in like the 87s now. But I mean, that stat is like, that's not a hidden stat by any means if you're listening to people that are kicking ass.
Yeah. So heart attacks spike on Christmas. Truth. This is not anecdotal. There's actual truth to this. Excuse me. A study found that there are more heart attacks on Christmas than any other day of the year, followed closely, boys, by December 26th, and then third by New Year's Day. Incredible.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And they're suggesting there's a number of reasons for this. It's and there's a doctor here, Dr. Jeremy London, a cardiovascular surgeon from Savannah, Georgia, talked about that it starts on Thanksgiving, boys. And it leads up to some of the anecdotal evidence suggests that it's cold weather causing a narrowing of the blood vessels, which is increasing workload over the holiday season, increasing emotional stress around the holidays. It's travel, it's finances, it's possibly being alone. It's all these things we talked about, Dr. John Page, right? It's stress related, like Lauren pops up here on the screen here. It's all these things, boys. They rear like it's like the train's bearing throughout the year. And then to the man or the woman who's feeling all that anxious emotion comes towards like Christmas, and then boom. And then those that don't get hit on Christmas, it comes on Thanksgiving. I'm sorry, on Boxing Day, and then boom, if it doesn't happen then, it happens on New Year's. So gentlemen,
I kind of get that to a certain extent. I mean, I'm not one of them, but I mean, I understand. Like for me, the holiday seasons is about. I want to make sure that the ones that I love, especially my direct family, are happy.
Yes,
and I put pressure on myself to make sure they're happy. Like last night, what do you guys want to do? I don't care. As long as you guys are all happy with what we're doing, I'm happy, because now it's like I've done my job. I've got you all here. You're happy. You're enjoying. You're safe. Now I can let my guard down, because my job is to be the protector and the provider. And so, but keep in mind, I feel like I do a pretty fucking good job at what I do. Somebody that's feeling like they're behind the 8 ball and their loved ones are all, and you see this all the time.
Yes.
You know, these family situations, people all fucked up, you know, next thing you know, the guy that's supposed to be the protector, the provider, you know, he's clearly not done his job.
Yeah. So it's there's a lot of, so I'm with you, Johnny. You can see this confluence all coming together around this time of year. So I guess if anything, I can offer up here, and I'm not an expert, which is just, you know, create that awareness. Like, really, you heard Dr. John Page talking yesterday. You know, we've created this show to ideally give you a space to show up in the morning, to maybe set your day with some positive energy, and knowing that we're back tomorrow and every other single day. But right now, if you're at a high risk, you're a human being that's stressed out, got a lot going on. Today are days you're going to just have to create that high level of awareness and focus on yourself.
You know, one of the things that I would suggest that people do, which might make it a little more fun, a little more helpful, is sit down with the loved ones that really matter to you and write down what holiday traditions are important. So everybody's got a really clear idea of what, you know, what's important, and just having that understanding of how everybody feels, especially the ones that align. Now, it's, you know, you can really take what's important and put it in front of everybody at the same time. And it's like a roadmap, you know, and then the best part about that is those traditions carry down to the generations, you know, and it's a great experience for everyone.
Speaking of generations, and we're going to get to the Marty Fit tip here in a second here, Jimmy. I'm looking forward to tonight, boys, because I got my whole crew going to mom and dad's. All the kids are going to be together. I got my little Brooksy who's 8, and you still got that. There's still that joy in Christmas with a little 8-year-old, right? That magic, right? So Marty, you've met Brookie, so that we got this magic of Brookie Star of Christmas, and then of course I got all the older kids are around there too. So that leads into Johnny, your comment about just these traditions continuing on, right? So you know, we're gonna do a bunch of things with my mom tonight, and my dad, that ideally that the kids take on and continue with it. So it's going to be quite fun and special and magical. So, but listen, let's get to the Marty Fit tip, and then we'll come back. We'll talk some sales, storytelling, and then we'll get into finding your power, embracing your moment in life, as we here on a Christmas Eve morning with Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Friends. Marty, get after it,
Come
bro.
on, man. Let's go, baby. Man. Doesn't matter what they play.
I don't know what Johnny was saying. I know it was great though. All right, man, we're gonna get straight to it. It's Christmas Eve, man. It's kind of late for this message. I probably should have given this message earlier, but we still here. Don't wait until January 1st. Now, I know it's Christmas Eve. Tomorrow's Christmas. Still might be with the family on the 26th. That 27th, 28th, start your momentum. Don't wait until January 1st, because 9 times out of 10, you're doing the cliche thing that everyone else is doing, and you're starting because it's January 1st. You're not starting because you have a purpose. You're not starting for a bigger reason or a bigger goal. Most people that start on January 1st end up quitting 2 weeks into January. Don't be one of those people if you've been slacking and you ain't been listening to the old fit tips. All right? So get started ASAP. I kind of mentioned this the other day, but you don't want to lump yourself in the group with the slackers, because you shouldn't. We don't condone slacking on this show. All right, and 9 times out of 10, if you're watching the show, you're not a slacker. So get started on the 28th, the 29th, 27th, 26th, whatever that day is for you. Have momentum, so when 2025 gets here, you could just keep the ball rolling and you're not trying to get started. That's the fitness tip for today. Super simple. Don't slack and have your momentum going before January 1st. Fitness tip for today.
There's the fitness tip of the day. Don't be slacking, nation. Don't be slacking. Get yourself going here. Don't wait until next week.
Sir.
Next week's coming anyways, Marty?
Next week is what?
Next week's coming anyway, so you can
exactly. It's going to be here one way or another.
That's exactly right. Yes, exactly. Yeah. All right, let's keep the chat going here, boys. Let's keep going into this. Jimmy, we're gonna go into the deep dive segment here. We're gonna lean into finding your power. So when we're cutting this up, Jimmy, this is gonna be a segment to finding your power, embracing your moment in life. I thought this was a great topic for us to lean into for a few moments here this morning, boys, which is, and again, when I think of these things, I think of YouTube. So truthfully, when I think of topics, look for topics, I think of topics that not only are being predicted and recommended to me by vidIQ and by YouTube, but I'm also looking for topics that are going to be relevant that we can have some great conversation about. And I think about YouTube, which is this idea of identifying your moment in life where you're like, okay, it's time to fucking go. And Marty, I know your story often is that moment where you're like, okay, I guess this is not working out for me. I got to go become this. And Johnny, you've had to do it a few times, which was going from wrestling to strength to strong bodybuilding and so forth. You're always reinventing yourself. But let's talk about identifying your own personal power, about what you're really good at, and then identifying that moment where the light goes on and it's time to go. And I'll start it off, which is this whole idea, and I'll start off looking at you, Johnny, which was, you often talk about, you were smart enough to know that you were the dumb son of a bitch to do something about it, so you can make something of yourself. But when did you recognize that you had a core strength that would set you apart from everybody else?
When I'm assuming you're saying core strength, we're not talking about literally strength. We're
No,
talking
your
about
core. Like your core. Yeah, what would make you feel unstoppable?
Just so everybody's under, he's not talking about abs here. We're talking about inside.
Yes.
No, it was when, and I say this to this day, my superpowers, I'm willing to do what other people will not.
Yes.
And because of that, I'm able to achieve what other people cannot. And that's it. I mean, as soon as I realized that I was willing to give more, I was willing to do more, and it was comfortable to me, I enjoyed it. It was fucking lights out, man. Because it was just a matter of me making a choice of what I wanted to do. And bam,
And off to the races you were.
So and then the evolution is something that you kind of continue to do. I mean, the thing, like, I'm kind of I can kind of feel myself going through another, is I don't really compete as an open pro anymore, bodybuilder.
Yeah.
I'm still an open pro, but I'm retired. I'm inactive, I guess you'd say. Who knows? I may compete at my age at some point. But now I'm in this, business is more of my new sport. And, being 280, 285 is, it's fun, but it's not really conducive to my new, I guess you'd say, my new venture. So I can kind of feel myself moving in the direction of sizing down, which is a pretty common thing amongst people that are in my, I guess you'd say, my position, because the body serves a purpose.
Yes.
And its purpose is kind of over at this point. Now,
yes.
So I think I kind of like, I do kick around the idea of competing, not in the open class. It's just the fucking young kids coming up are too fucking good. I would want to, I would be competing in my age bracket, but it's not that, it's really not that important, in terms of like what I'm sitting here thinking, do I want to hold this until I compete soon? Or do I just want to kind of realize that my new competition is business and I enjoy that far better? And so I can kind of feel myself getting ready to make that next shift. But keep in mind, this is what fucking life is all about.
Yes. Yes. Oh, this is fascinating, man. This is really fascinating to me. So,
I haven't been 250 pounds since I was, Jesus Christ, probably 21. And I would be that's what I would do. I would go back into that 250-ish range.
Well, and so we've talked about Batista. I've shared my man crush with you guys about Dave Batista going from 350 to 280 to whatever he's carrying now, 250 to he's recomped his body, Johnny, for his next roles in life, and that's in many ways what you're talking about, right? Like, I don't need to carry 280, 285 anymore. I could be happy carrying 250, 260. So, but I gotta wonder, Johnny, like how like. So I'm going to make an assumption here. There's going to be a mental journey for you to go through that.
Well, but that's kind of what I'm getting at is you can feel, I mean, granted, if this was something that I wasn't, I feel like my whole I guess not to sound too Gandhi, but I mean, I feel like my whole fucking life I've just kind of been pulled to do the things that I do. Sometimes I don't honestly know why I did what I did, but I trust that it's part of my plan. And so when you feel like you're being pulled to do something, it's very different than because you just kind of know what you're supposed to do, and this is what you got to do it. So I call it cleansing, call it empowering, call it a whole lot of positive shit. Nothing negative in that evolution.
Or I'm just going to call it maturing. Maybe you're just growing up. Yeah, I'm being joking, but
well, I'll still do, in terms of like, call me being a immature. Let's just say use that word. I'm still gonna be fucking me, man. That ain't fucking gonna change.
Of course,
I'll still be fucking, sending it big on the fucking dirt bike on a track and doing anything else that keeps me excited. But in terms of my body, it's served me really fucking well for the last 3 decades.
This is good. This is good and revealing. All right. So embracing your power and identifying your moment in life. Marty, defining your vision. As you were going through your moments in life, you've had a number of them. I'm going to assume, you can clarify for me. There was a question you have asked yourself a number of times going, what legacy do I want to leave?
Yes, something like that. Definitely focused on legacy.
Yeah.
But as I go through my journey, what I focus on is what's bringing me that fire. Right?
Yeah.
So if something isn't bringing me fire, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Right. So when I think about my podcast I do on YouTube, I get fucking fired up for that.
Yeah.
When I'm about to train
I still haven't been invited to that son of a bitch.
Yo, you're gonna.
That's just 2020.
Everybody knows. See, I'm not big league enough to come on Marty's shit here.
No. You are. Just be ready, man. It's fucking crazy, man. Just be ready. I know you're ready. I already know Johnny's ready. But when I look at my podcast, I get fired up for that. When I look at training my clients, I'm fucking fired up. When I get on this show, I'm fired up for that. So just aligning myself with things that not only I can get fired up for, that can grow.
Yeah.
And can make me more of the man that I want to be. Yeah. So that's what I look at when I think about my legacy.
I like that. I like that. Mm-hmm. Next one is when you embrace your power, identifying a moment in life is facing fears. We talk about it all the time on the show, but it's this idea of facing your fears. Again, sounding so cliche, but so much truth to it. The more comfortable you can be running towards failure and embracing that failure, the reality is you're going to win over time. It's as simple as that. And I'm gonna hold that topic, and then I'm gonna hold the next one before I throw it back to the boys. But we have built a business around accountability, and you're seeing it right now during this Christmas, right? There's people that are sleeping in, and we're like, no, we're gonna give you a place to wake up and get your day started, which is here on Mornings in Lab with Keith and Friends. This next one, boys, is identifying the moment, right? So identifying that aha moment in your life, which is okay, it's time to go. And Johnny, you're having one right now, which is reflecting on probably some age-related, life-related, going, okay, maybe some changes happening. And Marty, you have had to identify a few moments as well, which is identifying aha moments as well, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Well, and the thing about it is the thing about, I think what makes these things powerful is when you feel that something is happening and it's not like you put a lot of like thought into something. It's like, fuck, I'm getting pulled here. Then once you feel like you're getting pulled, now, of course, you got to put some thought into it, kind of map out your plan, map out, okay, what am I trying to achieve here? So there's a really, really clear, vision. Yeah. But I love that when I love when I feel like I'm being pulled to do something. It's an exciting fucking feeling.
Yes. Oh, I can relate to that. Absolutely, I can relate to that as well. We got AJ Zeglin hanging out with us. He's going to hang out with us here this morning as well. He's going to join us here in a couple moments here. What's shaking there?
Come on, baby.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, with the boys.
Come on, baby.
What's up, AJ?
We're talking about identifying, embracing your power, and identifying that moment in life. AJ, where the lights go on, and you're like, oh, it's time to fucking go. It's just time to roll. It's we all have these aha moments. AJ, maybe the aha moment for you was when you and I went for dinner a number of years back, you, me, Melissa, and Lauren, and you're like, yeah, I'm thinking about going to school. And you're like, yeah, but it's a 4-year commitment. And I was like, dude, the 4 years are going to pass by regardless if you do it or not. And and nothing really hung on you until about a couple weeks later. You called me up. You're like, fuck, Bilous, I get it, man. I'm going to school. Right. Yeah. So, man, maybe it's like those, it's identifying those moments. Hey, AJ, you know what I'm talking about? Where it's like the light goes on.
For sure. Yeah. If I'm being honest, we've actually had a couple of those, or I've had a couple of those through conversation with you in the past. A huge one was.
Hold on. I'm sorry, AJ. I got to interrupt you real quick. I don't think I've ever seen you without a hat on. I'm digging the fucking hair, brother.
This is right out of bed hair.
I was like, I was looking at something's different about my boy here. What's going on? And I was like, Jesus Christ, there's no hat. Look at that fucking hairdo. Come on, baby.
Yeah, this is just rolled out of bed a little while ago in the morning, and
that's the shit, baby.
This was how it was looking, and I was like, yeah, I think it's acceptable for this morning. You know?
Fuck yeah, it is. That's acceptable for any morning. If I had a hair like that, shit.
But yeah, we've had a few. The one when I was thinking about going back to school, I remember you were like, "Hey, the next 2 years or 3 years or 4 years, they're going by either way. They're happening, right? Yeah. So we're either going to be here in 2 years, and and you're going to have done the thing, or you won't have. And I think, you know, as you get as you're a male and you start to get anybody, but I think particularly a lot of males that I've talked to, they really kind of have this like acute awareness of their own mortality at some point, right? Yes. Where they're just like, oh, hey, like here's where I'm at. And you know, we had another one the other day too, not too long ago, almost a year ago today. I was sitting there driving in my truck talking to you, Keith, and I was debating, hey, do I need an actual brick and mortar place for my business? Do I rent this place? It's a 2-year commitment to and I remember at some point you said, hey, like going back to school, doing all this stuff. He's like, what did you do this for? I was like, yeah, of course. You're right. What did I do this for? I did this so I could open my clinic and help people and be a service to people. And we've always talked a million times. And you reminded me that day, you're like, how much we like talking in person if we can, right? Yeah. Being in the same room together. And I remember hanging up the phone and calling them right back and just being like, yeah, I'm in. Like, awesome. 2 years, I'm in. Yeah. I'm in.
I love it, brother. I love it because there's never a fucking good time.
No.
You know? And if you're waiting for the right fucking time, you're going to be waiting for the rest of your goddamn life. You know, so I love it, man. Just taking that fucking dive. That's what shit's all about.
Keith, you schooling AJ like Maurice was schooling you back in the day.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it, Marty. Listen, boys, let's do this. Let's give Johnny a lifestyle tip. Let's come back and keep the conversation going with AJ about how to embrace my power and identifying those moments in life. And that's what we'll do to work towards wrapping up our morning show edition of Christmas Mornings and Alive with Keith and Friends. Johnny, get after it, brother. I know you got something to say, and then we're going to keep the chat going. It's all yours, pal.
Come on, baby. All right. This motherfucker is just literally coming off the cuff about a statistic that Keith rolled out here that I did not know, that there are more heart attacks around this holiday season. So Jesus Christ, everybody take a goddamn deep breath. Everything's going to be okay. You know, this is about love this holiday. It's about sharing. It's about people. Forget the goddamn presents. Forget the goddamn food. Forget all the shit that's stressing you out. And just stay present in the moment with the people you love. Because I'll tell you, one of the most powerful brain chemicals that we have, I believe it's called oxytocin. I'm having a brain fart. That's from love. It's basically when you give or receive love, that thing comes out in the bloodstream and you relax. So focus on the love. Don't focus on the food. Don't focus on the present. Don't focus on all the stressful shit, and make sure you keep your ass alive. No more heart attacks. Let's take this statistic and let's turn it on its fucking head. That's what this motherfucker's all about. Merry Christmas. Rock and roll.
I love that one. Take that statistic and throw it on its motherfucking head. and have some awareness and go and embrace the oxytocin. I got to tell you, Johnny, I was been rolling an oxytocin the last couple of days, just texting my wife yesterday, telling her how much I love her. I just was feeling full of oxytocin.
Well, you know what that was? That was the lifestyle tip, and also I was giving Marty a little audition to show him that I can get nasty if I need to, because I know his podcast is all about that stuff. You know, and here I kind of behave, but if I gotta get nasty, you know, come on, Mark, let's go,
this
baby.
It's gonna be fucking hilarious, man. I can't wait.
Man, I can listen, man. When I was wrestling, I played the good guy and the bad guy. Didn't make it. All you got to do is tell me what to play.
Kayfabe.
Yeah. That's it. Gotta get it to kayfabe, exactly. Kayfabe. All right, boys, let's keep it going here. Let's go into embracing power and identifying my moment in life with the aha moment. And AJ, we started out before you got here, brother, understanding your core strength in your journey. You know what your core was, and you leaned into that. You defined your vision. You faced your fears. Your fear was, fuck, do I need to get a clinic? I got to lease. I got to get a commitment to this thing. Oh my God, how happens if it doesn't work out? And then you made a phone call and you made the decision. So you faced those fears. Being accountable, AJ, being accountable to is the bridge between goals and success. And then as we continue the conversation, AJ, it's identifying that moment. It's that there's something going on where there's like this inflection point. Johnny right now is going through it in his head, which is, well, you know what? Maybe I'm happier at 250. Maybe I'm going to compete again. Maybe there's some changes happening. Marty's making some thought process as he's changing. You're going through it as well. But AJ, lean into the idea of the aha identified inflection point moment where it challenges us or gives us the reason to identify an opportunity for growth. Am I making sense, Mr. Zegler?
Yeah, no, definitely are. I think those moments because you might have numerous moments like that over the course of your life, and hopefully you do, right? Because a lot of them are rooted in our realization that we have an opportunity to grow and develop and get better.
Yes.
So hopefully you have like thousands of those light bulb moments over your life, and it just means you're constantly putting yourself in a position to develop and improve. But yeah, I think that they could come for anyone at any time. I think the biggest thing is that we just have to be receptive of them, right? I think that we're constantly given opportunities to improve all the time, and it's just whether we notice they're there or not.
Yes.
You know, we've talked before about that reticular activating system, that group of neurons in our brain, and it whatever we're thinking about, our brain thinks, oh, hey, this is important to Keith or John or C Marty. This is important to them. They're thinking about it a lot. I'm going to find lots of evidence out there in the world to support it. So, you know, if we're receptive, if we're willing, if we're in a place where we're like, I want to improve, I want to get better, I want to take these next steps, I want to, you know, take myself to the edge of my comfort limit and take one more step, I want to do these things, our brain is going to think that's important for us, and it's going to start looking for those opportunities for us, right? Because they're around us all the time. It's just whether we're paying attention or not, and whether we're ready to receive them, right? So, you know, I think everyone just kind of gets there in their own time and space because, you know, sometimes we're not in a mental state where we seem like we're ready to receive anything, right? We're kind of so caught in our own little bubble. We're not really looking for those opportunities, even though they might be, you know, right around the corner or right next to us. So it's a great question. It's an interesting question. I wish I had an answer that would definitively give people the advice of like, hey, this is how I have that moment today, like right now. You know?
Well, brother, you said something in the beginning that was so fucking powerful. You said what you're thinking about is that's what the reticular activating system works off of your thoughts. If you're thinking about some negative shit, you're going to be your activating system is going to be picking out, finding negative shit. If you're thinking of positive shit, now all of a sudden it's going to be seeing the positive things, and with those positive things also becomes often opportunity, right? When we're in that scarcity mindset with the negative thought process, we don't see abundance, we don't see opportunities, we see it on the other side of the equation. So, you know, controlling those thoughts, you know, getting the reticular activating system hooked up on the right shit is the start of the process.
Yeah. Good morning. Good time. I see you there in the comments. Merry Christmas. Good time. Thanks for joining us here today. You're here every single day. And good time. I got nothing but love and respect for that, my friend. And Lauren, I see your hearts there, baby. I love you as well. Looking forward to spending Christmas with you. AJ, we talked. The next one is, it's one thing to identify it, but, it's taking bold action, which is the next most difficult step. Marty identified a challenge in his life years ago. It's okay. I need to go and I got to go to DoorDash or whatever it was, Marty. You had to take some bold action. It wasn't normal action. It was bold. That's the key word, bold. Sometimes when we identify a moment, we got to take that bold action. Who wants to lean into that one?
Absolutely, man.
Without those big actions, you got nothing.
No, that's exactly it, Marty.
And a lot of people, they too prideful to take those bold
actions. Just going to say, yes.
The bold action, it doesn't mean you got a DoorDash for the rest of your life. But it might mean you need a DoorDash for a portion of the pandemic just to get things back going and positive momentum in another direction again. And pride can ruin a lot of people from reaching their maximum potential or their legacy, like we talked about earlier. So don't let pride get in the way, man. We all fall down, we all take L's. It's just part of being a man. It's part of life. It's for everybody.
Just gave me goosebumps, that one, Marty. That just gave me goosebumps, like honest to God, because we all battle with our pride. We do. I battle with my pride every single day, building the show and saying no to things that I haven't achieved yet. So it's interesting, Marty, because it's pride versus ego, right? Yeah. Pride versus ego, and sometimes the unhealthy ego gets in the way, right, AJ?
Yeah, most definitely can. And it's that short-term satisfaction over the long-term gratification, that delayed gratification, right? It's, hey, I still know where I'm going. I still know what I'm trying to accomplish. I'm still moving in the right direction. Maybe in the short time, I have to do this, A, B, or C, or whatever to help me get there. It's still just a means to keep me moving forward. If I don't do that, what am I doing? I'm standing still.
That's right.
How am I going to get anything done when I'm standing still?
And then we go to the next one. Go ahead, Marty.
If you stop worrying about what other people think, it doesn't fucking matter what you have to, drop down to if you're doing something. I mean, how many times when you're in the process of doing something, you got to go to like the lowest level. And if you're worried about what people are going to think because you got to do, like if people are more worried about what people are going to think about when they fail than the actual failure. Well, fuck. Failure is the front door to success. Jesus Christ.
I just want to add, I had a new male client come in the other day, and he saw these like buff dudes in the gym, and he was like, man, I felt some type of way. He said he tried to lift too heavy and tried to do too much, to the point where we had to do modified push-ups. And I said, bro, it's okay. There's nothing to feel bad about. We all had to start somewhere. Everybody in here. Yes. So don't let the ego get you hurt in here, man. Just chill out. You got to realize you're comparing yourself to guys that's been doing this shit for years.
Jim's the biggest killer of ego, isn't it? And that's the place where you have to leave ego at the door, because 45 pounds is 45 pounds to all of us. It doesn't care what color, Marty.
You flip it around. You say, look how lucky you are. You get to have a good workout with 45 pounds. Just think when that's 225, it's going to be a different deal. So enjoy the fact that you get all this progress from this little bit of a stressor.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah. We're talking finding your power, embracing your moment in life. Boys, Jimmy, our friend in the Philippines, there had some little electricity problems here. So Uncle Keith's controlling the cameras here right now. AJ, leveraging support and staying adaptable. So, when we're talking about embracing your moment in life, that aha moment, and I thought this was timely because we're coming to the end of the year. We got the resolutioners looking at next week going, okay, now's the time I'm going to grab the aha moment. Now is the time I'm going to wake up and take care of myself. But we're wrapping it up with, leveraging support of the humans around you and then staying adaptable to it. Let's just talk about leveraging support first of all. And I'm going to throw a controversial one out first of all. Yeah. Don't leverage the support of your immediate friends and family because they're going to set you up to fail. Leverage the support of a stranger who doesn't know you, who will hold you accountable. And then when you're on your way, lean into your family and friends. AJ Zegman.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind that advice at all, and I hope some people don't take that personally, but I I think when you have that close relationship, just, you know, depending on the nature of it, they might have a little bit of a harder time holding you accountable to those things, right? Because they might kind of talk themselves out of it in a way as well. And, you know, I think there's a lot of value. There could be a lot of value in having kind of like an unbiased, like third party help bring that accountability with you, right? That's why you go get a coach, you go get a trainer, you go get a, you know, listen, like even as myself, like when I did stuff, when I competed in natural bodybuilding back in the day and stuff, like even trainers had trainers.
I know you did that,
trainer.
AJ.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. It was it's a really funny story. I don't want to take up too much time, but
I think we have time.
I stepped out on stage. I had qualified for nationals, and I was so excited. I was like, wow, like this is gonna be a big show, right? Like I'm doing a national show. So I'm in Quebec, one of the provinces just to the east of us in Canada here. And I'm getting ready, and I'm there for nationals, my first nationals, and I'm like, this is gonna be crazy. And I walk out on stage, and there's about 2 people in the crowd, and there are probably like 2 other people that are there competing later in the day. And that's when I realized, I'm like, oh right, no one gives a shit about natural bodybuilding. We just look like dudes that are kind of in shape. Like when people want to see bodybuilding, man, they associate it with the Arnold Classic and Mr. Olympia, and they want to see the big boys out there doing battle with each other and see the extent to which you could push the human body, right? And so that was kind of one of my funny stories about bodybuilding, when I thought I'd hit the big level at the national level, and I walked out on stage, and to beat that, to top that, there was only 2 guys in our category.
Oh my God.
But boys, he has the trophy. I've seen the trophy in his office. I've seen AJ's lovely trophy, the bodybuilding trophy.
But AJ is not one of these guys, but you gotta love the guys that are like, oh, you competed for, yeah, man, I got first. Oh, no shit. Yeah. Good job. How many people in your class?
Not one of those guys.
No, I'm saying, how many people in your class? 1. So they're the only one in their class is why they won, you know, but they're holding on to one first. It should be, yeah, I got first because nobody else showed up, but they're holding on to, yeah, I got first. You know, I won.
Hey, that's why there's value in showing up, right?
That's it. AJ is not one of them. I love the honesty of the story, baby. That's good shit.
Good morning, Shinku. I see you here, brother. I'm glad you made it late to the party here. What Shinku? It's shaking and Shinku. Have yourself a great Christmas. And Shinku will be here tomorrow morning as well before the kids open the presents. So we're doing some Santa time tomorrow morning on Mornings in the Lab here. But guys, listen, we just wrapped up a big conversation on finding your power, embracing your moment in life. And the chat today was all about just kind of doing a quick summary of it, guys, which is understanding your core strengths, defining your vision, face your fears, be accountable, identifying the moment, taking bold action, leveraging support, and then staying adaptable. All easy things.
And don't forget who truly humped on screen.
Yes, don't.
I missed this part, I think.
You missed that part, AJ.
And we also talked about, who actually
What's the answer? I'm curious now.
Yeah, hold on.
There was a bunch of them. It was pretty crazy.
And I already closed the link up, so we'll have go back to the beginning of the show here, Nation, if you wanted to find the segment on who humped on the screen, courtesy of
Master Domain.
Jon Andersen with Mornings in the Lab. Oh man. All right, boys. So listen, I said we're gonna go for 60, maybe a little bit 60 more. I know Johnny's got to rock and roll. I'm gonna do the creator spotlight here in a couple of moments. Johnny, before we go around the table quickly, in less than a minute, wrap it up here for today's show. What's on your plans today, Johnny, for Christmas Eve? Take us through, brother.
Well, I think first I'm gonna squat right out of the gate.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go right through that door right there into my gym. I'm gonna squat.
Yeah.
And then You know, I'm going to go hand.
What are you going to do? You going to do like just, what are you going to do? 200 to 100? You do 8 sets of 4? What's going to be your protocol?
I'll do 10 sets of 10. I don't know with what weight. I let my body kind of decide what's going to happen. Yeah, I love that stuff. And then from there, I'm gonna go down and brew some coffee and take care of a little business, and then just kind of wait for my lovely ladies to start waking up and coming out of their bedrooms and enjoy the pajama day we're gonna have.
Does taking care of business involve emptying the clip, or is that not taking care of business?
We don't do a lot of emptying the clip when the girls are home.
Yes, of course, of course, the girls are at home.
Yeah.
AJ,
yeah, it's much more of a G-rated Terry time when the girls are home.
Yes, of course. AJ, what's going on for you today on Christmas Eve here, brother?
You know what? I'm going to make breakfast for the kids here right away. Melissa's going to head to the gym.
Nice.
Then I'm going to go in the basement, get a little basement workout done.
Nice.
Little back workout in the basement. And
then
at 10 o'clock, I'm going to roll out to pick out a few last minute things. And, you know, when I'm out there, I'll nod in solidarity with all the other dads and husbands out there shopping at the last minute.
Yes.
Just knowing we're all in the same boat. I got 2 things I got to go pick up. I know what they are. I know where they are. I know they're there. I just got to run and pick them up. And then we'll spend the rest of the day at home, just kind of chilling out, getting ready, making sure everything's wrapped. And then we'll be at my brother's house tonight.
Nice. Hey, so Marty, before I get to you, AJ, just kind of curious, man. So just because I have to ask the question that all men are wondering. So like, why? So you knew you had to get these gifts. You know where they are. You know where they're located. You know how to get there. And you knew today was coming.
Yeah.
Just it wasn't part of the agenda yesterday or the day before.
I was out there yesterday. I actually plan on the 23rd and the 24th being my days. Like it's built into my schedule where
I see.
I'm at work, like in the gym and in the therapy clinic, like right up till yesterday was my last day working. So today's the first day. I don't have any clients. I don't have anything like that. So it's like yesterday I stopped in the afternoon. So I had a few hours yesterday and then today. And I actually, I know it's going to sound weird. I actually kind of like it. Like I go out, it's Christmas Eve. Everyone's in a good mood. There's not too many people out there. Like I said, everyone is out there for the same purpose. So you kind of, you know, you're supporting the other dudes that you see out there. They're supporting you. They know you're both on a last second mission. And it's kind of almost become this weird tradition for me that I kind of go and pick up those last couple things. It's not everything, right? I would say about 80% of it was done a few weeks ago, but
beautiful. And Marty, what do you got today going on, brother? On this Christmas Eve for yourself here, pal?
Taking a little out of Johnny's book and AJ's book. We got squats today. So I'm hitting some squats, hitting some legs. And I'm gonna be at my home gym, not home gym, but like, you know, the gym where I train at. I don't get to work out there often, so that'll be fun. See some friends and stuff. Nice. And I'm gonna do some last minute shopping like AJ. Yeah. Because I tried to go to Target yesterday. It's like a zoo in there. I went in there. I went right back out. I said, no, sir. I'll be in there with the dads on the 24th.
Across the fucking.
Look for AJ and Johnny in there. Yeah, and Keith. And then I'm gonna go hang out with my mom today.
Nice.
She has some stuff to do. So once she goes and does that, I'm gonna get some stuff done like around the house. You know, I've been busy, so laundry and shit like that, and then I'll be with the family all day.
Beautiful.
Tomorrow. So yeah.
Beautiful.
That's the whole concept of having to wait in line is just too much for me to bear when I think about my time.
I'm with you.
I'm like, holy Christ.
Yes.
Fuck that. Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I'm there, man. I cannot argue with you there. Shinku flew from LA to North Carolina and airports are packed. No shit. Well, thanks, Shinku, for tuning in with us in your travels. I appreciate that. What do I got going on here today? I got some loose ends to tie up here in the lab. I got some stuff I want to do here for work-wise, and then later this afternoon, I got legs day today too, so I'm gonna go do.
Come on.
Yeah, it's legs day for old Uncle Keith here.
Keith.
That's it.
Just for the record, here I officially am switching to leg day now because everyone else.
And everybody's got to do 10 sets of 10. 10 sets of 10 squats got to be on the docket.
All right,
are we all going to do 10 sets of 10 on the squat? Let's get that one.
That's
all
you
need. We'll do that now. Forget the back day. You know,
That's it.
We'll do back tomorrow. We'll do back tomorrow, AJ.
Yes.
Oh, I like that. Okay, I could do that. I could get on board with that.
That's it. So there you go, Nation. It's Legs Day today on Christmas Eve here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith and friends here. So I'm looking forward to getting after that and having some fun. And then, of course, boys, I'm back here tomorrow morning before the kids open presents. And I know Johnny will be here as well. Marty will be here too. And AJ, if you want to come hang out and grab your coffee, you're more than welcome to join us. But I know you got commitments at the family there as well. But I'm serious. If you want to roll out of bed and just bring your coffee mug to the show, we'll be here at 8 o'clock Eastern time, 7 o'clock Central, Mornings in the Lab to we don't take a day off because, it's funny, AJ, because somebody said you can do the show in the morning. I'm like, I got to get up anyways. So I'm going to get up. We're going to be accountable and give people a reason to, because some folks just need somebody to tune into, like our friend Shinku, right? So
I was looking forward to it this morning.
Good.
I was excited that it was still going on, even though it's Christmas Eve. I loved it.
Awesome. All right, boys. Well, listen, I think we're going to wrap it up. I'm going to do the creator spotlight. I know that Marty's going to go. Johnny's going to go to the restroom. AJ's going to rock and roll. Jimmy's frantically trying to get his electricity going here. I know he's panicking. Oh my God, I can't support the show. It's okay, Jimmy. We're good, man. We are going to be just fine. You make sure you get the lights on over there for your family. But guys, great show here today, guys. I appreciate all of you.
Good stuff, man.
All right. You guys,
thank you.
Have a good loop, everyone.
All right, have a good one. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning, and I'm going to do the creative spotlight.
Sounds good.
Take care.
Right.
Take care, Johnny.
Merry Christmas. Enjoy the squats.
Yes. All right.
Of course, you too. Merry Christmas.
All right, the boys are getting out of here. Uncle Keith's going to keep the show rolling here. Let's see here. I need to get this sound effect. Yes. There we go. Merry Christmas, Scott Benzie. Good morning, my friend. I just saw the comments from Jimmy. Jimmy, it's okay, brother. It is okay. All right, we're going to do the creator spotlight, where we take a creator in the Mornings in the Lab world, in the LinkedIn world, and we celebrate them. That's what we do. Yeah, even on Christmas Eve, we celebrate people. There's never a time to not celebrate somebody. So I need to get myself organized, though, and get that person. There it is right there. Beautiful. Okay. Hey, it's squats day today, legs day today. If you're wondering what you're going to do for your lift, we got something for you. You want to get out and do 10 sets of 10. That'll get you going here today. Okay. Let's see here. All right. Today, Mornings in the Lab with Keith and friends. We like to do this segment every single day where we take the good old broadcast light from the platform, the Mornings in the Lab platform. We just jack it up. Just get it going all bright and lighting and shining. And then we take it and we shine it on a human being that's working their ass off on the LinkedIn platform. And we're like, hey, I like the work that you're doing. Hey, we want to celebrate you. Hey, we want to tell others about the work that you're doing. So today we have somebody who doesn't join us, but she's going to join us. But she's located in Portland, Oregon. She has daily-ish musings on health, healing, and the human experience. She's a graduate of Oregon State University from Portland, Oregon, as I said. She's all about an unconventional gal who leads an unconventional life. A president's club seller, health coach, investor, free lunch kid, financially independent, disordered eating, food freedom, binge drinker, alcohol-free, depressed, and joyful. First, she had a 10-year corporate career. Then she spent the last 3 years as a fitness and health coach for executive women. Now she's resting, playing, and exploring. In June of 2024, this human being made the decision to follow her intuition and create something bigger that was waiting for her. And today on the show, we talked about those aha moments where we go and we lean into the aha moment and we get after it. So this human being, well, she gathered her courage. She shut down her coaching biz. Woo, baby. That takes courage. Shut it down. See ya. She didn't know what's coming next. She's like, no, I'm just going to shut it down. Done. I'm just fucking done coaching. I'm done with it. Boom, boom, done. She's slamming deep into the unknown, wondering what the hell was going next. And she leaned into the process of leaning into full-time faith, learning to trust intuition. manifesting dreams into realities. She talks about health across all pillars: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and financial. So listen, if you're looking for someone who has it all figured out, well, this human, she's not your gal. Go look at somebody else. However, as she likes to point out, if you're interested in exploring the juicy parts of the human experience, well, she welcomes you to her world. So this morning, Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Friends is really, really pleased and ridiculously excited to celebrate this morning. We're going to celebrate this person right here. It is going to be Chelsea Ling. Chelsea. Good morning. Merry Christmas. We are celebrating you this morning in the lab. Every single day, we like to take somebody in the network, Chelsea, and celebrate the great work we're doing. And I stumbled across your platform of words and encouragement on LinkedIn, and I said, we need to celebrate this human being on Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Friends. And I got to tell you, I saw this post you highlighted on quitting drinking was an act of rebellion for me. You said a raised fist that said, I care more about my relationship with myself than I care about fitting in. You said, I'm going to let you in a little secret. You do not have to have a problem to decide to quit. No, you can just kind of tired of it, not feeling your best. You can decide that you want to thrive. So a couple years ago, she put it away. And she's not judging you for it. But she's saying that you're worth it. You're worth maybe not having that drink. So you want to join her on the floor, totally sober? Chelsea Ling is the one you can hang out with. Chelsea, we're here to celebrate you here today on Christmas Eve morning. And here's how it works. We would love to have you in the lab so you can celebrate somebody in your orbit, so we can show off the great work of people in your network on Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Friends. And as you see here, we're having a quick little look at Chelsea's content here. And here's one that I also love, which is, at this point in my life, being called weird is low key. It's the greatest compliment. Listen, weird rocks, Chelsea. We love weird people here in the lab, and we're excited to celebrate you on Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Friends. A weird moment hanging out with you. All right, Chelsea, that's it. You come spend some time with us here in the lab. I know there's somebody you want to celebrate. We'll bring them on here. We'll make a bunch of noise, create some content, and celebrate them and surprise them. Okay, listen, we're going to get out of here. It's time to rock and roll. I got some presents to wrap. I got some stuff to do. Got some family to hang out with. And I got some pierogies to eat. Yeah, pierogies to eat. But before we do that, we're going to do this. And listen, we're going to be back here tomorrow, Christmas Day, 8 o'clock Eastern time, right here on LinkedIn, right here on YouTube, and behind the scenes over on Substack. So subscribe to our channel, YouTube, LinkedIn, over on Substack as well. You know where to find us. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Mornings in the Lab. Remember, have a safe Christmas Eve. The risk of heart attacks are up today. If you're not feeling well, have that awareness, create some space. You know what Jory talks about? Create a moment. Moments aren't forever. Where you're going to have a lot of moments today, or you're going to have stressful moments, exciting moments. Most importantly, create awareness for those moments around you. We're going to get out of here. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Friends, 8 o'clock, right here, Eastern time.